Are we on? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Microphone check. Lights. Cameras.
This is swanky. This is lifestyle. This is culture. Welcome to the social center of everything culture. Culture Daily.
Of course, it's Tuesday morning, and you know we take you straight to the clinic. We bring you that experience that gives you an improved understanding of your health cycles, of your mental being, as well as your physical. And yes, indeed, that's what we're doing, bringing it back right now. So the name is Serial, aka Fresh, and QT. I'm back here representing live, but I'm not alone today. The numbers have swayed to one side, but it's for the greater good. Yubab, I'm here with Lenny Lomote, Dr. Chris, Amy Cherry, and Isofa, and we're going to be jamming and speaking about something that is very important to all of us, no matter which side of the fence you find yourself lying on. But before we get into that, we went from the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, all the way to 20. Now we added an extra 5. I'm talking about Pent Hall Week, aka African Union Week, which is 25 years, and the celebration of this anniversary is going to be in grand style. The eagerly anticipated Hall Week celebrates the Silver Jubilee with an entertainment-packed week powered by none other than 3 media networks. That's us. That's 3 Music Live, and bringing you everything that you want to experience for a week long in partnership with Rhythms Africa. Now, for that week of 19th to 25th of May, we are going to be jamming non-stop with various activities, bringing you an experience that is definitely going to blow your mind. Alumni, current students, and a pack of vivacious fun lovers are ready to turn up. Now, from the anniversary launch to the gospel rock show, cleanup exercise, charity donations, alumni homecoming, cooking and eating competitions, sports day, art exhibitions, health walk, and of course the grand finale where we promise a massive lineup of A-list artists on our legacy nights. Trust the promise. Join the party. Turn up for 25 years. It's Pent Hall Week at 25. Lift off, as we say. Let's go. Of course, we're still paying bills. Wakanao is also saying no matter what your vibe is, whether it's just coming to Pent or going to Bali like we went this morning, well, whatever you're planning, Wakanao is there to do it for you and give you unbeatable offers and huge savings. Get ready for sizzling deals on flights, hotels, airports, transfers, dreamy vacation escapes, and more. What do you have to do? Well, follow Wakanao Ghana on all platforms, or visit wakanao.com.gh, or visit their offices in Accra, Kumasi, Takoradi, and Tamale. And then you get what you need to actually make it to your dream destination. Even if your dream destination is Oyarifa, you will make it there in peace. But of course, that's just on a lighter note. Lenny and Isofu, I'm sure you also have some bills to pay.
Yep. You mentioning Pent Hall Week. We are going to campus on the 18th of May, which is next weekend. Yeah. Yes, Saturday next weekend. So yeah, we want to call all of you to come. I know it's a fresh semester, and so yes, come get a fresh perspective on whatever you're going to be doing this semester. 3 Music's Refresh comes to you on the 18th of May, like I already mentioned. Okay, we want you to be able to properly balance your school life, career choices, and then also for the future as well. Really, really important. Also talking about balancing passion, purpose, and going up the corporate ladder. Here's how you can join 3 Music's Refresh train coming to a tertiary institution near you. We're starting with the University of Ghana. Prepare for in-depth tell-all discussions from our carefully hand-picked seasoned speakers across diverse fields. Cruise through your semester with valuable gems from our speakers. Engage with and find lifelong mentors to light your path. Think empowerment, think networking, think an evolution. Let's do it the Refresh way. The train takes off from the University of Ghana Business School on Saturday, 18th May 2024 at exactly 9 a.m. It's one you don't want to miss. Let a friend know. Come refresh, be refreshed, stay refreshed. We want you to think, and think again.
Great. Now, in staying fresh, we know we also need fresh breath. Now, Pepsodent says every time we eat, food and sugars are trapped between our teeth, leading to tooth decay, gum disease, and in some cases, foul breath. Brushing your teeth every morning and night with Pepsodent Cavity Fighter gives your teeth the protection that they need, leaving you with 10 times stronger teeth. Pepsodent Cavity Fighter is fortified with pro-fluoride and microcalcium ingredients, sealing tiny and invincible holes in your teeth. Now, this prevents cavities, keeping your teeth strong and your mouth very healthy. Don't just use Pepsodent to brush your teeth. Don't just use any paste, beg your pardon, to brush your teeth. Make sure you're using Pepsodent to brush your teeth to make sure you're protected. And you can get Pepsodent at any shop near you. You don't even have an excuse. Make sure to ask for Pepsodent when you're buying toothpaste and keep your breath fresh.
And on that note, we have fresh breath, we are educating, we are partying, we are elevating your mind. And if you want to travel, even if it's Oyarifa, you go.
See, what at Oyarifa?
Why is the
Why?
F at the end so silent?
It's far. What's that?
Because it's far?
The word is the definition of the word is in the word. Anyway,
but it's not even that far anymore.
It's not that
Before it used to be like really out
now
of
there's
town.
just and you are there. So,
Yeah.
Oyari close.
Oyari.
Anyway.
Oyari far for me.
Charlie, shout out to my people at Oyari for watching 3 Music TV. You already know we are not too far from you. School Junction and Oyari far is not that far. So we are neighbors technically.
Boss,
Oh yeah. Charlie, no kiss up. Oh, I'm sorry, I keep it clean. Anyway,
As you
we're
were
here,
saying.
as I'm saying, I'm still saying, bro. As we're here with Dr. Chris, you know, we always jump into an exhilarating and captivating topic when it comes to health. We've done everything from how to feed ourselves to how to take care of our bodies and habits that can, you know, sometimes affect us negatively and what to do to mitigate those effects. But what we're going to be doing today is neither a habit, neither a side effect, or a condition that plagues people. It is a natural part of life. It's one of the most natural parts of life. And whether you like it or not, once you are a woman, once you are female, you will have to go through this. What am I talking about? Well, we're going to be exploring the menstrual health awareness month, embracing the natural cycle of women. I beg your pardon. So we are in the month of the menstrual cycle, to say, where focus and, you know, amplification is given to awareness around this. Everything from understanding the biology to the psychology of it, how to deal with it, not just as a woman, but of course as a man as well, because we live in a society where we have to share our space, share our experiences, our emotions, and our time. And Doc is going to be walking us through this. So for this, I have 3 strong women here who are not going to let me say any nonsense. Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, you see, only the men said hallelujah. Brother Chris is surprised. Like,
I'm not a strong
why is
woman.
this man under stress?
I'm not a strong woman, by
You're
the
not a
way.
strong man. Lenny's afraid I should say strong woman and God will mark it for her and give her a tough time.
No. You not find me in that.
Yeah, God,
category.
this year I'm not part of your strong warriors.
At all.
Anyway, Doc, Akwaba.
Yeah.
Maybe
I was for that.
One, Charlie Chinchin and Mike Ashens. So I just wanted to. No, we speak Mandarin.
We understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Lenny is the only person who can translate.
Anyway, I don't know. They are surprised. Why?
People should keep me out of your Mandarin, please. I beg.
You don't know Yarifa is close to China. It's just we share borders. So the language.
Please.
Anyway, what is it? Charlie, Doc, I beg you. Shall we jump into the deep end?
Yeah.
Okay. So we are in Menstrual Cycle Awareness Month.
Menstrual health awareness.
Menstrual Health Awareness
correct.
Month. And we're going to be talking about the menstrual cycle, everything that it has, how do I say, it has to present in the lives of women and how that should probably be addressed, not only to women, but to society at large. Things we need to be aware of, things we need to understand so that we can relate better, be better empathetic, etc., even in the corporate environment. And I'm passing the ball for you for this free kick.
Yeah, thanks for this opportunity.
Oh, thank you.
It's,
Ladies and gentlemen.
It's been a it's It's a very important topic that is really close to my heart because it's very difficult for us to understand. If you are not going through something, it's very difficult for you to understand what the person is going through. And we tend to downplay it a bit, that you are being too soft. If a woman says, I'm going through this, I'm feeling this pain or that. And I didn't know how bad it was until in med school, we had a belt that mimics contractions and cramps, menstrual cramps. And we had the males, we put it on. For that minute, you don't want to be in that belt.
Can we get it for the men in the building?
Just for a minute.
Yeah, I only lasted a minute. I think less than a minute.
1 minute.
The way it pulsates, sort of like tightening, then let's go. Then tightening, then let's go. I was like, no, this thing, if you're in it for a long time, you're going to poop on yourself.
Yeah, we are walking around with it though.
So like, shout out to all the women who are going through it every month. Yeah, you guys are strong. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, coming back to it. What we talk about the menstrual cycle, menstruation, period. There's so many ways to go about it. In Akan language, they call about they say it a certain way.
Ubunsa.
Yeah, ubunsa as one of it. Now, as we speak right now, there are about 300 million women worldwide who are menstruating as we speak, who are having acne as we speak, who are having cramps as we speak, who are going through the stigma of being on their periods as we speak. So the question is, why is it so? And what's our understanding of the menstrual cycle? The menstrual cycle, basically, simply put, is divided into 4 parts. It starts from the beginning, your menstruation, then moves to, you go to your follicular phase, then you go to ovulatory phase, then you go to your luteal phase. These are just basic medical things, so I'll make it simple as possible. The menstruation is possibly self-explanatory. Now, the whole process of menstruation is just to prepare your womb, your uterus, for fertilization of a fertilized egg. Right? This is the process. Yeah. So, eggs are released in a certain process. Hormones are released, progesterone, estrogen is released. The egg shoots out, it moves through the fallopian tubes down into your womb. Now, before this process coming, the lining of your uterus is supposed to accommodate. So, it's supposed to thicken, have more blood vessels present, produce that sort of fertilized. It's like your womb is on steroids. It's like there's fertilizer in there. It's ready to have a child implant and nurture a child. Now, when this egg descends, it has about 24 hours for fertilization. Last time we talked about how the sperm needs to come and fertilize. So if this fertilization doesn't happen, it means it has to break down, and the lining of the uterus will wear off and break down, and then it comes off as tissue and blood, which you see as your menstrual cycle. Now, the menstrual cycle is calculated this way. From the first day that you see blood, your first day of your menstrual cycle, your menstrual period, menstruation period, till the first day of the next menstruation period, it should be about 28 days, averagely. Average. But for some people, we have ranges that can go from 35 days, 25 to 35 ranges, but averagely 28 days. This is the long and short of it. So it's the process which by the lining of uterus sheds and it comes up as blood and tissue. And it lasts for about between 4 to 5 days, or some have it 2 to 5 days, 2 to 7 days. So that's also intervals. Now, the thing about this interval is that for women, this even tells us that everybody's one is different.
Yeah, I was just going to ask that.
Yeah, there's no standard. This is different for everybody. And so many factors. As I mentioned, hormones being a part of this whole process. So the hormones will go to counter what we talk about mood swings, where they are not in control of some of their emotions and all that. Then you're also going to talk about the hormones also causing some of the acne. Now, somebody asks, why the cramps though? Why the pain? Now, we call something prostaglandins. They produce a lot of pain, like their muscles and hormones that in the presence of pain, they are produced. So if there is an amount of prostaglandin that is high, it means you're going to feel more pain. If it's less pain.
Okay.
And all this pain is from the contraction of your uterus. You know, it needs to push. Well, as it sheds, it's like a volume, like a space. So it needs to push it out like a balloon. So that contraction that you're feeling is what's causing the cramp-like feeling, the pain. Because it needs to push everything out.
Yeah, doc. So, you know, sometimes before, like, let's say a week or 2 weeks to the day you have your, like, start your period, there's this pain that we go through. What causes that?
It's a preparatory pain. It's called the PMS, right? They are called premenstrual syndromes, like symptoms. So you have somebody tell you that before I have my period, I get acne. A lot, I have breakout. Then after it's done, it goes away. Some people say that I feel my breast gets tender and very painful when I touch them. All these are symptoms that prepare you towards it. It gives you a signal that this is coming. It will be very difficult for you to handle your menstrual cycle or your menstruation if it dawns on you quickly. Remember the first time, how it came?
Yeah.
Imagine you're having that every month.
Just see the blood.
Yeah, you just see the blood. Imagine if it's happening that right now, something is giving you a trigger like, okay, I mean, that phase is coming, let me prepare. So the first one is called menarche. Your first period is called menarche, which was happening between 12 and 15 years. MENARCHE.
Okay.
Menarche. I think the French word sounds like it. So the first one is important in the sense that some people are having issues with it right now because some people feel my friends have it. If you're listening, some people say my friends have it and I've not gotten mine. Don't be pressured. It's not a problem. You will get it. To everybody and their own, the timeline.
You mean like the time someone starts their period? So what's the age that like every person, like let's say if I pass this age, I should know that there's a problem.
Okay, so I'll give you this. As soon as, let's use that as a sign. I won't give you an age, but I'll give you a sign that will help them understand. Okay. As soon as you start feeling breast buds.
What are those?
You start feeling these lumps in your breast when your breast is developing during teenage, like puberty. That's transition from being a child to puberty. 2 years after that starts, you should have had your period. Does that help?
What if the person is not paying attention to something?
That's what I'm saying. You need to pay attention. So the age comes in between 12 and about 15, 16, 17 years in developed countries.
In developed countries.
In developed countries, between 12 and 15 years, you should have had your period. In our part of the world.
Lifestyle?
Yeah, the diet, the availability of, so many things that makes life easier as compared to, but as we were saying, between that period, you should have gotten it. Here, I'll peg it at between 12 and 18.
Some people don't get menstrual cramps at all.
Yes.
Like, they don't get menstrual cramps, they don't see the signs, of the menses coming. It just pops up on them. What is, I think that everybody is conditioned differently, right? Biologically, True. Right? But why do some people not feel any pain at all? Some people also won't feel pain until they eat, something sweet, just days before
Coffee.
their menses. Some foods also trigger menses, right? You understand that your menses probably come in on the 27th of a certain month, and then you eat something, and then you realize that it has come on the 15th. Yes. There's that as well.
Yes,
so what
too.
informs all of these things?
I mean, so sorry. Also, to add to that, the way Lenny is saying some people don't feel anything. Some people also feel so much. Some people are unable to walk. Some people are actually sick.
Sick, literally.
Yes, like really sick. For those maybe 3 to 5 days, they are sick. They can't do anything. So what contributes to stuff like that?
All these things, we'll peg it down to nature, genetics, so many environmental factors. Because to every woman that you take, any lady that you take to the next one, the three of you sitting here, if we do an assessment, none of you is similar in any way. From hair color to food you like to what you think on social issues is different for everybody. And that's the same thing that goes with ladies. That's the issue men don't usually understand.
You don't
we fail to get it because we assume that to everyone it should be a sort of trend. But it's not. You go from one point to the other and realize that this person takes it differently. For example, as you said, cramps can get so bad that some people have to be admitted at the hospital.
Yeah, I've seen
and be put on pain medication to manage it. Some too can be mild. The person can go about his duties. The same person who has the mild one can have it in the next 2 or 3 months being very severe. So you can't map it and say, and some also tell you that when I take Coke, for lack of a better, anything with cola in it or caffeine in it, weeks before my period, it gets really bad. Then I tell you, then why are you taking it then? Yeah, that's just by the way. But as you said, some don't see the symptoms, some see it. And I always say this as a joke to somebody that women are so complicated that we have to make up a whole discipline in the hospital in health for women. We have to get maternity, obstetrics, gynecology, dermatology, all of them tailored for women's problems. If you take the men and our problems, if you go to our ward, one small place, if you go to other wards, women all over the place. Because there's a joke somebody made once. He said, A man was walking by the beach, and God asked the person, "You worked with me for so long, you've done so well. What do you want?" The person said, "Oh, I've not traveled the world. I'm afraid to travel to Bahamas because I'm afraid of flying. So can you make like a highway so I drive to the Bahamas?" And God was like, "Oh, the things required, the logistics is really complicated. You have to stop storms on the ocean and all these things. So ask for something." And I was like, he's dated and his relationship 1 year, he doesn't understand his wife. So can God help him? And God said, the highway, how many lanes do you want it?
You'd rather that than
answer that question. That's the lighter side. So today, what I wanted to even raise awareness was that, but let's talk about the hygiene part of it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for women in this country, menstrual products for menstruation, hygiene, the tampons, the pads, the wipes, is a bit pricey for those who can afford in the less endowed parts of the country.
And it has become pricier over the past 2.5 years. Yeah.
So we're using this also as a platform to talk to those stakeholders to help out. Because if those who are working, some families don't even have a budget for pad. You don't have a budget for your menstrual stuff. So you sort of have to figure it out in there, which will then lead you to using things that are not supposed to use, like the cloths and the tissues. That's going to cause infection, which is going to bring the same family to the hospital to come and pay for medical bills. You see how something that could have costed 20, it's a cycle. 20 cities leading to spending almost 500, 600 cities in the hospital.
On that, right, for those who can't afford and then use, other means to trap the blood, right? What would you say they should opt for, right? Let's say whatever you do, they can't afford a pad, they can't afford, the tampons. What is the best thing for them to use? Because to be honest, I don't think in the days of our great grandmothers and such, there were these products, right?
No,
but they were still, being very hygienic about it.
So when the first time this topic came and I was researching, that's the first thing that came to mind, that this topic seems tailored for people in Accra. Like, if you can afford, then what about the person in the hinterlands, the other places? People. Yeah, those people who can afford these things. What do they do? Because this same areas can't even afford toilet roll. So you're looking at even if toilet roll is like the bare minimum, then what's left? And then we realized that somebody said, then you have to go back to the cloth. That's what the grandparents were using before. They were using pieces of cloth that were folded neatly, that piece of it that they wash regularly and all that. And that's the only option I can give. But it also serves the purpose that we're in the 21st century. This shouldn't be an option. It should never be an option, because some of the products for producing some of these parts are here. So why is it so? Why are we struggling so much? Because, as I said, our health system is under so much pressure. Why are we encouraging things that is going to cause it to get more pressure on it?
Selfishness.
Yeah.
Why? And the numbers speak for themselves. For example, if you say you, because of profit margins and other things, you want to increase the price, calculate this. Most women are menstruating every month, right? So you are sure of a market every month, constantly, a stable market every month. Why don't you decrease the price, make it available, and then by that increase your share price? Because then more people will buy, and the more people that buy, the more money you make then in the long term.
Yeah.
Because the demand we know is high, but the supply is low, or let's say the cost is high. So a lot of them don't have demand I can't afford, so then I don't buy. Or then you end up with people who they're able to afford one, and then they sort of mitigate the circumstances by holding on instead of changing it regularly because you can't afford.
So they use one the whole
So
day.
I did a reason. I was asking people around how much is one right now. Apparently it's 20 cedis averagely.
25.
I think it depends on where
the brand you
Okay,
are.
so I think I was at a shop quite recently. That's over the weekend, and it was ranging from, that's the very local brands we know, ranging from 21 to 25 CDs, 50 pesos, and the upper class ones were like 40 CDs.
How many pieces are in it?
Standardly, you get like maybe from 8 to 12 ish. But also it depends on which brand you're using.
Yeah, that's
because
what I was
some can
saying,
be like
ranges.
really expensive.
Do the brands matter?
For some people, the brands matter
does.
because some people react to
The material
some
they're
of them are minty and all of that. Some people react to that.
And then there's
So
also
for
the issue
those
of the
people, exactly. And then whether you have heavy flow or you have like a light flow or a medium flow also depends on the thickness of sanitary pad that you go for. or whether you're going to double your sanitary pads, or you're going to some people do that, or whether you are going to use a tampon and a sanitary pad, or you're going
in combination
use 2 tampons and a sanitary pad. It depends on your flow.
Some people have a heavier flow at night and a lighter one in the day, so
it depends on the individual. Really.
So we are averagely we are talking about so average on a day you are supposed to change about 4.
Depends on how heavy your flow is.
Whether flow, heavy or light, it looks like it's ranging. Average is ranging from 3 to 4.
3 standard.
3. Yeah. And you are saying it's about 8 in it.
Yeah. So that means you are using like a pack
within 3 days. You are buying a new one.
Also, it depends on how long you're menstruating for.
Let's say averagely we say 5 days.
Some people do 3, some people do 5, some people do 7.
So let's say 30 cedis.
Yeah.
Your cycle averagely will cost you.
Well, she said no, it's more than that.
25, maybe
25, 50
That's
Ghana.
50 cedis.
That's 50 cedis flat.
No, but I'm not going to make 10 days. You said it's averagely 4 days. That's one
No.
and a half pack. I'm just
So
saying.
you can't buy half.
I know, I'm just saying.
So you buy the full pack.
Yeah, you have
So
to
that
buy
means
the
you buy
full
2
pack.
packs.
2 packs.
Just to be on
For
the
the
safer
month.
side.
So 40 or
Jonathan.
50 cedis.
Yeah.
Does the activities you do also contribute to that?
Yeah.
If you're somebody who you are out there, you work a lot, does that mean you'll be changing more often than a person who is sitting?
Trust me, you wouldn't even want to, because I feel like, so I was even going to ask a question about that, because I feel like with some of the material, when heat generates in the plate, it tends to give a funny smell. And so because you don't want that, maybe you'll be sitting for a long time, you would want to change more, because some I know I can speak for a lot of people, you just don't want that discomfort. The minute you feel like, okay, it's too warm over there, or you might be perceiving something, it might not even really be there, but like it's just in your mind, you want to change. And so like it's way more money. But I was at this forum for young ladies, right? And some people they introduced a menstrual cup, right? And also for affordability, saying that you can take it out and then clean it
and put it back here.
So I wanted to ask if that's a better option for people who can't afford to be doing the purchase every month, because apparently there's a way to clean it after you're done using it. And also, what's the standard time for sanitary pads and tampons and menstrual cups?
Okay, so you mentioned the 3 available products that we use for menstrual hygiene.
Yeah.
Right. The availability of it, when we rate it, the pad comes first, tampons comes second, the cup is third.
Okay.
Because there's not much education.
There are also period panties now.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're aligned with it already.
Yeah. But with that one, it's just like what probably great grandma.
Yes, the same theory.
You're still
Let's
going
get rid of
to
it.
wash.
Yeah, wash it.
You still wash
but
it.
most of them are disposable.
Most of are disposable. actually.
Some,
Because I wouldn't want to wash it.
some people actually wash.
I wouldn't want to.
Yeah, some people
So
actually wash.
with a cap, when she mentioned that we look at cost effectiveness, the cap will go. It helps, because then if you can wash it and clean it, I don't know. I had a image of it.
How comfortable is that?
Not.
It's not.
Looking at the fact that
Because it's plastic.
supposed to absorb and dispose of, the way the plastic is rather kind of a repository, isn't that counterproductive to the cycle?
Yeah, because then the
tampon is absorbing, the pad is absorbing,
but the cap retains.
Yeah.
So what a cap does is that because of the nature in which it's made, you have to change more often than the pad you would. Because it gets full, you have to take it out.
So wait, so you have to have like 5 cups with you?
No, you can just have one.
You take
which
it,
you
pour it
empty.
out, wash it, and then wear back.
Yeah, you know a syrup cup, the one for taking syrups, like your cough syrup.
Yeah, like that.
Is that nature? Yeah.
It has an elastic band around the circumference and
please.
And you know the sad thing, these girls were so happy, Lenny. Like, if you see how excited they were that they wouldn't have to. No, they did a whole demonstration for them, and in their mind, it's less money.
It's the cost for them. Is the cost. Okay.
And so they were excited to have that introduced to them. So the whole time, I'm just sitting there like, hey, this works something that I won't do. But I'm not here to pour sand in anybody's garage. You get what I'm trying to say?
You are choosing one discomfort over the other.
Yes.
You are choosing the financial discomfort over the physical.
Which shouldn't be so, is it?
Yes, and they don't have the liberty to choose the financial, so they choose the physical. No, I'm not coming at you.
Oh, okay. Because
I'm just saying that
I didn't say anything. All of it was in my head.
We get where you're coming from. It's true.
We get you. I'm just saying that the reason why they are
healthcare,
celebrating is that they would rather be uncomfortable than broke.
Yes.
And then you as a health professional sitting back, you feel like I'd rather have her do this and mitigate the damage after, a risk of infection, than for her to be using the cloth and other things. Then you look at, okay, lesser evil. Take that.
Yeah. Talking about cramps, right? Are there any medical conditions that
can mimic it
or worsen the pain of cramps? Because some people maybe standardly may not be on the spectrum where they experience cramps, right? But maybe due to one medical condition or the other, then they start experiencing cramps.
All right. So certain conditions in your reproductive system can mimic cramps and make cramps worse. For example, if anything is obstructing the expansion and contraction of the uterus, it's going to cause a problem. Like, for example, the presence of fibroids. You're going to have an issue where it's going to either get severe with a severe bleeding. That's a problem. If you have trauma to the area, for example, you were involved in an accident, you rode a bicycle, and for some reason, or you were domestic abuse, victims can also have that, where the muscle around that area that protects the uterus has been tampered with so much that it's so weak that it's not allowing it to be able to absorb the enough pain that's coming out. So you have the person feeling much more than it. So there are certain points that I will raise as we go on about, if you are seeing this, you should see a doctor. If you are seeing this, you should see a doctor. We'll come to the end of it.
I wanted to go to the psycho-emotional
part of it.
All right. What happens and why, if we can understand?
Okay, so during the menstrual cycle, we are talking about estrogen and progesterone, follicle-stimulating hormones. Let's talk about luteinizing hormones that are being pushed into the system to set up a purpose. One goes and matures the follicle, that releases the egg into your fallopian tube. One prepares your womb for implantation. One
That's the progesterone.
The progesterone. As progesterone, estrogen also decreases.
Yeah.
So when fertilization doesn't occur, progesterone levels also fall. Now, all this, you see this fluctuation, it's like a DJ who is mixing. It just keeps happening. So at one point in time, you are euphoric, you're happy. At that point in time, you are just like, you're annoying, don't talk to me. Yeah, you know the whole thing. And for us being males on the outside, that we don't feel that, we find it weird. Like, we look at them weird, like, which one do you want? Do you want me to be here or you want me to go? Do you want this or you want to go? Have you eaten? I don't want to eat. This, it looks like a child playing, but it's a serious condition that is going on psychologically and emotionally.
Is she aware?
Most are not aware. Most know that this has been caused by my period, but whether she's aware of what she's doing, most are not aware. That the way she's speaking, her words are coming out a certain way. Because the words can come out very rude-ish. Like, she's being rude, she's being arrogant, but you are the same person that you've known, like, give her about 5-6 days after that, and you realize that she's back to, like, default settings. Then, like,
it's like at that point, everything annoys you.
No, but I think it's different for a lot of people.
Yes.
Some people just can go. Yeah, some people can go mute. Some people just are in their corner.
So depression. It looks like depression. Some mimic depression.
Yeah.
Yes.
Some people actually know. And I mean, if some people take advantage of it, right? But for me, I just like to be in my corner.
So quiet.
If not, I'll be doing too much. So since I don't want to do too much, I just be quiet. And I'm like, are you okay? Are you okay? I'm fine, please. I'm okay.
Yeah, so somebody asked me a question yesterday that I was asking some of my colleagues, I asked them a question about it, that how do I approach this when it comes to this, their relationship with their males, their partners, their family members, how do they go about it? And one guy was like, some women will want you to help out with the chores. Pick up where they left off. Because something funny about the menstrual cycle is that there's a period where you guys have this burst of energy.
Hold with it. Picking up where a woman left off in a domestic setting should be standard.
It should be standard.
You can continue.
Yes, it should be. Yeah, thank you for that. It should be standard. Yeah. I'm saying in the sense that, like, you don't live together, like they're dating but not living together, and you go to visit where you feel like the place is a mess, and she, as you said, you don't want to be bothered about it, but you realize that something's wrong with the environment she's in. How about you clean up a bit? Let her rest, give her that space. Whilst giving her the space, fix up the place, fix her a meal. And then if some people don't want you around, you can fix her a meal, make sure everything she needs for that period is with her, whether it's water, her pads, whatever she needs, a movie, a music, whatever it is. You set up for her, and if you want to leave, you can leave.
Okay.
Right.
I see a few things in front of you, but before we get to that, also still on the conversation of cramps, easing the discomforts of cramps. Some people use hot water bottles. Some people use, hot liquids. So maybe drink
the
tea, you drink your beverages, all of
Cranberry.
Some people eat chocolate. Is it true?
Chocolate, for some people, I don't think it works because
Chocolate
then
makes
the
it worse
sweetness,
for me.
yes.
Me, I don't know.
Yeah, eating or drinking
Chocolate makes
anything
it worse.
sweet makes
It
it
makes
worse
it worse,
for
yes.
some
Some people say it
people.
works for them.
So
I
even the
don't know.
tea, some people do prefer
caffeine,
plain tea,
yeah.
all of that.
You see what you're
Do they
saying?
help?
You didn't answer your question by saying that it's so different. Everybody it works for this, doesn't work for the person. It might help you, but the one that is constant that helps is the hot compression, the hot water bag that people put there because we said it's a muscle that's contracting.
Helps us relax.
It helps it relax. Helps the muscle relax.
Okay.
Right. So it eases the pain. So you have people having the water bottle. Sample.
The hot water
when
bottle.
I was in China, I realized that those who didn't have the option of that, they used to fill their glass water bottles with very hot scalding water
Put a
and close it
towel
and then
around
put
it.
the towel and put it there. And that was the middle of winter.
Wow. Okay. Well,
So
do
it
not
made
feel the
sense.
heat.
You don't feel the heat.
You
So,
don't feel the heat much.
you need the heat as. So you look at all this and you realize that, as I always say, much respect to all ladies out there. Much
Thank
respect.
you. We'll take it, right?
Much respect. because all this so that you can be termed as being fertile. All this so that we can say that you are okay to nourish a child and nurture a child, and you have to be maintaining and servicing. It's like a car that needs to travel a distance, but you are supposed to be servicing it every day.
Are there
every month.
options available for some people who say that they are at the age where they are menstruating and all of that, but probably they don't want to have a child, so they don't want to go through that pain every month?
No, you have to wait till menopause.
Once it starts.
Once it starts, you are on that train.
No break.
You are on that train to the next station.
I see. And talking about what Lenny said, right? I feel like sometimes your menstrual cycle can really change, At a point in school, in my senior high school, we had a gynae come around every month so that we could tell him our problems, Oh,
Man, that guy should write a book.
Oh, I'm sure you have a lot
of information.
to
Yeah.
That's really thoughtful.
Yeah, it's really thoughtful to do that.
So our night nurse got him to come through to talk to us because she felt like we needed it. Her daughter was in the school with us as well, so she felt like we needed it. And people kept complaining about periods twice a month. So sometimes it's in the beginning. I also experienced that it's on and off, in the beginning, the end of the month into the beginning of the month, and then in the end of the month to the beginning of the following month, right? And sometimes it just abruptly doesn't come out. It can just change, I don't know if it's with regard to the hormones or maybe the food we eat, but are there conditions that can cause a lady's menstrual cycle to change completely?
So pattern. We're talking about pattern here.
Yeah.
Pattern, duration, volume.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there are certain terminology we put in place that if your period goes beyond 8 days, see a doctor.
Okay.
Because that means
be
it's
the
leading
cause?
anemia. It's leading to anemia. You're going to get anemic, but you're losing too much blood and iron. Right? That's the first one. The second one is if you haven't seen your period for about 5 months, you should see a doctor.
Okay.
If you've not seen your period for 5 months and you are not pregnant.
And that's the word. You're not pregnant. You're not pregnant. You're not pregnant. You've not tested positive with blood film and the pregnancy test kit that you're pregnant. You should come and see a doctor. The third part that you mentioned is pattern. Now, hormones affect pattern.
Okay.
So in a period where you are stressed, exams is coming. People have their period even on exam day. You've heard stories of people having their period on their wedding night.
Several
So
times.
hormones affect. What do you say? So hormones affect
your period.
your period, and your
Yes.
period affects your hormones.
In and out.
Okay.
Back and
They're
forth.
working hand in hand. Right. So in that situation where you are in school, there's a chance that in a less stressed environment, you're having a period once in the beginning of the semester, nothing much is going on. But as soon as exams is getting there, mid-sem and all these are coming, right, that people are having their periods, because the nervous nature of it is going to cause spikes. So the body needs way to adjust to what's going on. That's why I give a time frame of the next period and the next one should be about 20 days. If you calculate very well, that some are like that, about 20, it's 28, but there's this period, it can be 20. It means it shortened the cycle in the sense that the next one ended, the next one is starting. That's the menstrual cycle for you. When the last one ends, The new is starting again.
Right after.
Right after.
There's no free period.
There's no free period. There is a free period window where the hormones haven't gone to release their ovary cells. That's where people try to use that safe. It's tricky business.
It's tricky
It's
business.
a very
But
tricky
I
business.
think that also depending on the individual, some people have gotten to a point where they know themselves, through and through, so you'll be able to calculate that. But Doc, please get to the sobolo
We're
and
running
the
out of
ketchup.
time, so-
Yeah, we're running out of time, so I wanted to. Today I brought a tampon, and I came with I think I need to remove this. I came with a biscuit. Yeah, yeah, and most men are disgusted by this. What I'm doing right now, they don't want to touch the pad. They want to this, yeah.
But they want to go there.
Yeah, you want to go there and give head and
Don't
give
break
all
the
that.
table.
Yeah, some are giving head, and I kept wondering if you are disgusted by blood that comes from a woman, how are you put your head down there?
Do you need help?
Yeah, I think I'll
When
figure
you go
this
to
out.
a restaurant, you don't go to the kitchen.
Yeah, let me do that. That's it.
You don't go to...
You don't go to the kitchen.
When you go to your favorite restaurant, you don't walk to the kitchen. You sit there and they bring the food.
So, ladies watching this,
Maybe we should have gotten a new panty so that we should.
yeah, we should have
Cherry,
I think
hello.
I'll do it again. No, you hold on to that.
Okay.
So we have a tampon. If the camera can see that, we have a tampon here, and it comes with a string, right? So the string stays outside the uterus, right, or the vagina, for lack of a better word, and this is inserted, right? Now, this, if you are planning on swimming or planning on exercising, I prefer you use this. People keep saying if you're on a period you can't swim. It's a lie.
When you have a tampon.
Yeah, when you have a tampon, you can swim, please. You can swim. Not a pad, a tampon, you can swim. Yeah.
Before you go in this
Yeah, so if yeah, and then somebody swimming at the end.
They start doing
And you know how when people swim, like some people open their mouth and drink water.
you are shouting.
Seriously, I shouted. Please. All right, so that's a tampon, right, for you. And this comes. I want to talk about disposal of this stuff. It's important how we dispose of this stuff. Be careful how you dispose it. Wrap it nicely. Some burn it. But if you live in a place where you have dogs, be careful how you dispose of this stuff, because dogs can go into a bin and scatter it because they can smell blood. Yeah. So be careful of that. Now, this is a tampon, and that's a pad. Now, I brought a solution. Some people know it. It mimics like sobolo.
Bisap juice.
It's what? Bisap
Bisap.
juice? I've learned something new.
Or hibiscus.
Hibiscus
I was gonna
juice.
say that.
So we're going to pour like a bit of it. Will you do that? Will you do that, honest? Sorry for left.
How should I pour? You want me to just
Yeah,
a little?
yeah.
Okay.
Hey.
Why are you shouting? So this is how it looks.
This is how it looks, right?
Just a little.
Just a little.
Okay.
Yeah. So then I'm going to give you ketchup. We'll try with ketchup. So ketchup will probably mimic clots, in the sense that the way clots.
So I'm doing the
on
ketchup on the other
yeah.
side.
Ketchup will mimic some of the clots. Okay, so that's a lot of it. All right. So if you look close, you realize that the clots are not being absorbed. So they're like chunky and still on it.
Yeah.
If you are someone who is like getting a lot of clots, it means that your frequency of changing your pad will be more than someone who is actually flowing, like lighter, right? Now she's going to dispose it. You're going to dispose it. So
Yes.
yeah, you're going to wrap it. I don't know. The camera should see how you do it. So you're going to, I think
so
can you say
when
what you do
take
it? Yeah.
When you take it off, you want to wrap it this way.
Your cup is covering the nice demonstration.
You want to
brought
wrap
to you by Big Cup.
you want to wrap it this way and then this way. Can I get the Thank you.
So it goes back in the packaging. Voila. There you have it.
Seal it back this way. Wrap in
tissue.
several yards of tissue.
And then
Drop it. Not in the water closet.
Yes, please don't do that. Please don't
in
do
a
that.
bin.
You are costing plumbers a lot of money. Yeah, so
they see things too.
oh yeah. So the long shot of it is my advocacy right now is that the advocacy maybe from 3 million all of us right now and to all women out there that we are begging you, those who produce it, those who make the decisions on the costing and the pricing of it, and those who design our washrooms, make it menstrual friendly. Put in place the bins for them to be able to dispose of these things without anybody else coming to see it. Because some people find themselves in public washrooms and they have to dispose of them because they put it in their bags and bring it home. Upon my research, some people were doing that. They had to carry it and bring it home because there's no way around the city for you to get rid of it.
But some people are just not comfortable.
Putting it outside. Also, some pad brands give you like pouches
to keep them in.
Oh, that's impressive.
So you have that pouch to dispose of it.
If you're a pad maker, a manufacturer, and you're listening to us and you want to help Lenny and support all the women or ladies out there who can't afford it, and you want to help her and donate to her, is it your ministry?
Donate to the blood ministry.
I mean,
the Blood Lives Matter.
Yes,
Blood lives matter.
It actually does.
Charlie, I think today has been an eye-opener. I don't think since we started the show I've been this quiet.
Yeah, that's actually very true.
I've been listening, I've been paying attention, and I've been understanding.
I think he has daughters, right?
Yes.
Oh.
He has 3 women.
I have 3 daughters.
2 women in your house?
Yes.
Oh, so
I have 3 daughters.
So you are in the ministry?
Yeah. Why are you adding your wife to your daughters?
Yes. It's my oldest. So, I think it's been very enlightening, very educative. I'm sure everyone listening, men and women alike, have learned a lot. My takeaway is that it is not a plight and it is not a choice. It is something that our sisters, our mothers, our loved ones go through, and with it comes side effects and situations that they have to deal with while dealing with everything else that we are also dealing with. So that consideration, that compassion, that understanding and love is necessary to make things a little bit more conducive and bearable for them. We cannot stop the cramps, we cannot stop the flow and the clots. That is nature, but what we can do is be a little bit more considerate in how we price our pads and our tampons, how we build our washrooms, how we build our homes, and of course how we interact with each other. It's been Dr. Chris taking us on this journey through manhood and understanding exactly what the menstrual cycle is all about. It's menstrual awareness month, and we started it off with this conversation. There's going to be a lot more activities. Make sure to stay following us. I'm sure Sofwa, Lenny, and Amy Cherry will be doing some crazy stuff on our socials as we go along the month. But for now, we're wrapping up the big conversation. The name is C-Rail, and I've already introduced and outroed everybody. So on that note,
peace out.
Peace.
Bye.